Campaign 2018 is sponsored by Wisconsin Hospital Association, Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin Realtors Association, Marshfield Clinic Health System, AARP Wisconsin, and Campaign 2018 partner Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
On your comments regarding Foxconn, could you get a bit more specific on what you would be watching out for as AG with regard to that contract, on if there's any offensive you would try to take with regard to Foxconn?
I think our AG has a watchdog role to play when it comes to Foxconn. So if Foxconn is not living up to the terms of the deal that it struck, I think our AG should be making sure that the public is aware of that, and if there are actions that we should be taking legally because Foxconn has broken its contract or has broken a law, I think our AG needs to hold Foxconn accountable just like anybody else who broke our laws would be held accountable.
How do you feel about the federal investigation into Lincoln Hills? Do you think that the investigators have mishandled that since it's been about 3 years now? Is that what your comments were alluding to earlier today?
I can't speak to the details of the federal investigation because they're not public. But what I do think is that our AG's office has mishandled the investigation. I think that, as you know, they were involved in investigating what was going on there for a period of time. They didn't devote significant resources to that investigation. And then the state stopped investigating it altogether. This is a juvenile facility in Wisconsin involving juveniles from Wisconsin. Our AG should have remained a part of that investigation.
With regard to the Brett Kavanaugh nomination, I believe some papers were leaked this morning. Forgive me if they were leaked yesterday. I'm trying to keep track of it all myself. But suggesting that he suggested that Roe v. Wade possibly was not settled law. Do you have anything to add to it's clear you're opposed to his nomination, but anything to add to what that means?
So I saw that there was a leak. I didn't see the details of the story yet today, but I think that Brett Kavanaugh, as I talked about earlier today, was selected in part because the group that vetted him, the Federalist Society, knew that he would be a very conservative justice if he becomes a Supreme Court justice. And one of the issues that is part of that is Roe v. Wade. So I think we have every reason to expect that if Brett Kavanaugh is on the Supreme Court and this issue comes up, that he will be a vote to overturn Roe v. Wade.
So Brad Schimmel's Attorney General's office just won a lawsuit of $89 million as part of the Affordable Care Act lawsuits. You've said that you're opposed to the Affordable Care Act lawsuits launched by Schimmel's office. What would you do with that $89 million? Would you give it back? Do you think the state should give it back?
So the lawsuit that I've been focused on is the challenge that is in federal court right now, in which Brad Schimmel is seeking to have the Affordable Care Act struck down entirely. If that suit is successful, Wisconsinites with pre-existing conditions will lose the protections that they have. So health insurance companies will once again be able to deny coverage to Wisconsinites who have pre-existing conditions. Young adults who currently have a guarantee that they can remain on their parents' health insurance coverage until they turn 26 would lose that guarantee. And the Congressional Budget Office estimates that more than 30 million Americans would lose health insurance if the major components of the Affordable Care Act are struck down. So I don't think that suit is in the interest of Wisconsinites. What I think we should be doing is working to expand access to health insurance coverage here in Wisconsin and working to reduce costs. And there's one way we can do that and save the state about $190 million a year, which is by expanding Medicaid. If we expand Medicaid here in Wisconsin, more than 80,000 additional Wisconsinites will be covered under Badger Care, and we'd save about $190 million a year that we could put to a number of other uses like expanding access to treatment, reducing premium costs, addressing our shortage of prosecutors here in Wisconsin. So that's the direction I'd like to see Wisconsin take.
Todd, you got anything? Nope, you good? All right, thanks guys.
And thanks everybody.
Campaign 2018 is sponsored by Wisconsin Hospital Association, Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin Realtors Association, Marshfield Clinic Health System, AARP Wisconsin, and Campaign 2018 partner Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.